Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And this is Saturday and we've got to talk about the latest episode of Star Wars Skeleton Crew, the final episode of Star Wars Skeleton Crew, plus some potential deleted scenes. So let's jump right into it. All right, everybody, so we've got to talk about this final episode of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. That's right, the final episode has finally aired, and there is so much to talk about, so many theories about what could happen. We're going to break down what I think could happen, and we're going to jump into a deleted scene that could potentially have an impact on all of the characters in the series. But first, I must give you that warning. You know the one. This is going to be a complete spoiler breakdown. That's right. This is going to be completely full of spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers to the last episode, I recommend that you pause the video, go ahead and watch the episode, and then come right back to us. We will wait right here for you, I promise. Okay, so episode 8 is entitled The Real Good Guys, and it opens up with Jod continuing to pose as the Republic emissary, and he orders the children to be confined to their quarters and guarded by robots that act as security. But he takes Fern and her mother Farah to meet the supervisor, who is actually just revealed to be a big droid. Just this big droid head, which is really kind of cool and different. Now, this droid questions whether or not Jod is a Jedi because it knows about Order 66. Now, this is strange because this has been hinted to be kept from the people of Aden. They don't know that Order 66 ever happened. So now this robot has revealed that secrets have been kept from them this entire time. And this is kind of telling. However, Jod responds by killing the robot, by basically shutting it down and thus turning off the power in all of the security droids that are guarding the kids confined to their quarters. Everything in Aden's little community that we know of goes silent. So since this causes a citywide blackout and shuts down all of these droids, the pirates begin to invade Aden because he actually does summon them down. He sets it up so that they can come to the planet anyway. The pirates invade Aden, and their intent is to control the population of Aden, essentially making them all work for them so that they can have endless gold. That's more or less what's hinted at. And Wim, Wendell, Nil, and KB decide to race to the Onyx Cinder. With the ship locked in place, they have to devise their own plan. Now, this is kind of big because this is that ending moment in any 80s adventures movie, you know, where they have to come together, they have to solve this problem. So instead of jumping on bikes and taking E.T. to the delivery point where his people are going to pick him up, they actually jump on the speeder bikes, which still work. This allows them to get to where they need to be. However, they need a plan, and their plan is that Wim, Wendell, and Nil and KB will race to the Onyx Cinder. While Wendell can restore power, the others will distract Jod. Now, this also enables KB and a repaired SM-33 SME to get in the ship and fly past the barrier and call KM, that little owling alien we met, for help. Shortly thereafter, the Onyx Cinder is shot down by the pirates. Now the pirates on Aden have begun to try to complete their attack, and everything's looking dire. While Wim and Fern actually managed to get the lightsaber away from Jod before he can use it, Wendell and Farah decide to destroy the barrier. Now, this allows the New Republic forces that have just been called to arrive and deal with the pirates. The Republic forces have defeated everybody. However, there is one side issue. The ship that KB is in actually was shot down and crashed during this, so KB appears to maybe be dead. They're going to have to run to the crash site. So everybody races to the crash site while Jod kind of stands there. Now, I'll get back to this in a second. They, of course, reach the whole area and find out that KB is alive and SM-33 Smee is also alive. Everything turns out well. However, let's go back to when they're talking to Jod, because there's an issue there that happens. There's something that happens there that has become something major that we didn't get to see. And what is this that we're talking about? Well, Jod gives a speech. This is a true villain speech. You know the type that villains have to give about why they are the way they are. And in Jod's speech, he reveals something. He reveals that he was trained by a Jedi. He reveals that he was abandoned and left starving, and a Jedi Master came and found him and trained him. However, that Jedi Master was found and killed, leaving him alone. And she only taught him a little bit of stuff before she died. So thus is why he sounds like a Jedi throughout it. That's why we keep hearing him say Jedi things and doing Jedi things, because he is Force sensitive. He does know how to use the Force, and he could have been a Jedi. However, this begs the question then, since we only get a hint, who is this Jedi Master? Well, this is what we're going to talk about, because now we have that answer as well. Essentially, there was an actress that was scheduled to play this Jedi in a flashback. Yasmin Al-Masri, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, was scheduled to play his master in a deleted scene. Now, she took to social media to share that she was supposed to appear in Skeleton Crew as Jod Nawood's Jedi Master. This actress showed some behind-the-scenes photos of her in the costume and of her training on the set, even using a prop lightsaber. She and her character eventually did not make the cut. And this was a very small role, but nonetheless, she states that she was thrilled. She states on her Instagram page that this was the shortest acting job I have done, but the most meaningful to the child in me. Playing a Jedi for one scene in Skeleton Crew, I gave a speech when the crew wrapped me on set saying, "You have just created the first Arab female Jedi, thank you." The scene unfortunately didn't make the final cut, but these things happen. But I cannot not share my experience and feelings. Even Liam rehearsed that scene with me and got to brag about it to his friends, which got me the coolest mom respect for the moment. So there was actually a Jedi Master meant to be in that scene. I think that's awesome. Now, what does this mean for the future? Well, we could potentially see her come back. She was cast in this part. She seems like she enjoyed it. She'd be willing to come back. Jod is alive at the end of this episode, and all of the kids survive. So it definitely looks like they are ready to venture out into the galaxy, and Adan is now free of this robot that was running the place. Everything seems to have come out pretty much like I expected. Adan is now known to the galaxy. They're not going to go back into hiding at this point, so everything works out. But this means these kids could go into the Mandalorian movie. They could venture into the Mandalorian movie just like I suspected they would, and it looks like they might have a cameo in it. Everything kind of worked out in a unique way, and I look forward to seeing where they take it from here. But that is where I'm going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys think. Did you like this series? Did you hate this series? What are some of your favorite scenes, least favorite scenes, characters, least favorite characters? I want to hear it all. But Also, what do you think about Jod's Master? Do you think that Jod's Jedi Master could potentially be in another story? Do you think we'll get a Jod origin story at some point? Do you think that the kids will actually end up going into the Mandalorian movie kind of in a cameo? And what do you think the future of Aden holds? As always, we want to hear from you guys. Make sure you're leaving us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Also, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this conversation. And then make sure you hit that like button. It's free, it helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers, and look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.